16 years and no ring. What would you do if you spent the better part of 16 years with someone? Three beautiful kids, and there is no inkling of a proposal or anything in sight. He is well aware that it's what I've always wanted, and I've left him multiple times over it and told him I'm sick of waiting. I'm 32 and not getting younger. When I tell him I'm done and move out, he begs me to come back and stalks me and all the domestic stuff they warn you about. He even admits he is wrong for not marrying me, so I eventually go back and wait again. I know I'm foolish, but I want to know from man's perspective on why he's actually torturing me. He says he doesn't trust me because of something I did in high school when we first began dating. But I don't buy that whatsoever. Is he just comfortable with me and doesn't want to do the work for another girl, or what? I need advice. This is actual torture, and I'm so fed up. I do love him. I had 3 babies with him, and he will always be a part of me no matter what, but I am miserable feeling like this.
Found her burner phone. A while back, we switched internet providers, and our new modem came with an app to manage the network and connections. It was unreal how many devices we had connected to the Wi Fi. I was playing in the app one night and noticed an Android device dot phone. We both have Apple devices. At first, I thought someone had guessed our Wi Fi password, so I changed our passwords, but it came back a few days later. I was working from home one day and noticed the Android phone disappeared when my wife Cindy went to work. And when she got home that evening, the Android device returned. I finally got a chance to look through her car, and later her purse, but came up empty. That night, while she was in the shower, I went through her gym bag and finally found it tucked away in her briefcase. I didn't have time to try and look through it, so I put it back. The next time she went to the gym, I went to look through it, but it was gone. The next night, I found it again in the briefcase. This time I took it and tried to unlock it, but none of her old passwords would work. I decided to take the phone to a repair place down the street to see if they could unlock it. I had to confess to the tech the real reason for wanting to get into the phone, as I am a lame liar. And he felt sorry for me, I guess. And an hour later called me and said he was finished. He backed everything up to a thumb drive that I read when I got back home. I saw all the pictures and texts between her and 2 different guys over the last 9 months, including graphic discussions about their hookups. 6 years of marriage up in smoke, thought I was having a heart attack, couldn't breathe, and just sat there at the computer staring at it all. I got better after an hour and guessed it was just a panic attack. When Cindy got home, she was very anxious. She wandered around the house, obviously looking for her phone. I asked if she was okay, and she said she lost some papers from work and needed to find them. I offered to help, but she said she would find them. I got her back in the kitchen and pulled the burner phone out and asked if this was what she was looking for. There was that deer in the headlight look on her face and panic starting to rise. I said there could be only one reason why you would have a second phone in your briefcase, and I asked if she was cheating on me, which she denied. I said fine, then give me the password so I can see for myself what is on it. She tried to turn it around on me and that I was invading her privacy. I handed her back the phone and said her response just proved my suspicions. I sat down on the sofa and felt a hot flash again and started to cry a little. When she saw the tears, she softened and said it was only once and she felt guilty about it and cut things off. I opened up the file on my tablet and handed it to her and asked, "Only once?" She kept saying she was sorry, that it wasn't my fault, and that she wanted to stay together. I said I needed some space to think, and we needed to separate while I decided how to move forward. She disagreed and said we needed to talk it out. So I started asking questions. Married? Coworkers? How did they meet? Where did they hook up? What kind of sex did they have? What did she do with them that she hasn't done with me? Were they bigger than me? Did she use protection? She finally said, "Nuff, she couldn't do this anymore." She asked how long I had known. I said I found the phone a week ago but didn't see what was on it till today. I said I was still in shock and needed time to process it all. She agreed to spend the rest of the week at her sister's house and we could talk more this weekend. She wants to schedule a session with a marriage counselor next week, and I agreed to that. I didn't tell her I would be consulting an attorney tomorrow to get an idea of my options. Last Christmas, her sister got a divorce after finding out her husband was having an affair. There were several family discussions about cheating at her parents' house and how low her ex-bill was for betraying his wife. I can't imagine what was going through her mind sitting there being just as guilty. The thought of leaving her kills me, but I don't think I could forgive her or ever trust her again. We had been talking about kids, but I am so glad we were still waiting. I know she cheated, I just can't fully prove it. I really don't want to go into the long, long history of this all, so I'll skip a bunch of info and try to make a long story short while putting in everything important. My partner, 26 female, and I, 28 male, have been together for well over 4 years. Basically, my girlfriend had a gay awakening last year and started having a crush on classmates. As time went on, things got out of hand, and I told her to limit their interactions, in which she did. My girlfriend had a friend whose birthday was out of town, and lesbian girl was going to be there since they have the same friend circle. I told her, don't be dumb, but have fun. Fast forward to the night of the party. My girlfriend went out drinking, and I stay up late, so I always check her location to make sure she gets home safe. She was staying with her HG, so at around 11 p.m., I saw they were back in the crib. I checked again after 30 minutes to make sure they didn't just go back in for a change of clothes, and I'm thinking, okay, cool. As I play games with my friends. Before I knew it, it was 2 a.m., so I decided to call it a night, but something told me to check her location again. When I checked, she was at the lesbian girl place. I called her twice and texted her, and she never picked up. She did not respond to me until 9 a.m., lying telling me she accidentally left her phone at the girl house with how drunk she was. After some poking holes in her story, she finally told me her version of what happened. She said she don't know why she went there, but they had only passed out because she got tired. Now, one, her story doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And two, the girl had sent her a song titled like Wet the Morning of All This. All of this happened over 6 months ago, but I just can't help but to feel upset the more I think about it. I know something happened, I just can't prove it.